A very good afternoon, dear students. I hope you all are safe at your place. I, Professor Sonal Agrawal, welcome you all on the digital platform of Agrawal Vidya Vihar English Medium College. This is the lecture for the subject Banking, Insurance and Financial Services. What we did in the last lecture, I just want to brief out in short that in the last lectures we have started the topic that is the banker-customer special relationship. As you know that we have completed the banker-customer general relationship before that, and it is a continued one that the banker-customer special relationship. In that we have covered the three topics till now. The first topic is the lion, or you can say the banker's lion. Here, what do you mean by lion? So, lion is the right of the creditor to get the possession of any property which is registered with the name of the customer till the repayment of the due amount or till the repayment of the debt amount. That right of a creditor is known as the lion. Here, I hope it is clear to you. In the rule of the lion, the creditor can take the possession only till the repayment of the loan amount. Here, but if the creditor is the banker, in that situation, the banker is also having the right to sell the property to recover the loan amount. The second point that we covered till now is the banker's right to charge the interest and commission from the account of the customer. Here, whenever we are using any services of the bank, then the banker is having the right to charge, and you can say the banker is having the right to debit the charges in the account of the customer. And whenever we have taken a loan or a overdraft facility or the cash credit facility from the bank, in that situation, the banker is having the right to charge the interest in our account. Here, this topic we have covered. And after that, we have covered the third topic, that is the banker's obligation to honor the customer's debt. Here, as we are the customer of a bank, we are having the authority to use the check facility. If the check is written according to the rules of writing the check, if it is written in a proper form, if the check is presented at a proper place within the banking hours here, so certain basic conditions are there. If those conditions are fulfilled and if we are having an account in the balance, so of course the banker is under the legal obligation to honor the check. If this type of check is not honored by the bank, in that situation, whatever financial losses that you have to face by the customer, the banker is responsible for that financial losses here. But it is compulsory that the customer can prove that financial losses. So these three topics we have covered. First, banker's lion. Second, banker's right to charge the interest and commission from the account of the customer. And third is the banker's duty to honor the check. Now, in the today's lecture, we are going to start with the fourth banker-customer special relationship, that is the banker's duty to maintain the secrecy of the customer's account. Here, if an customer is having the account with the bank, then it is the legal obligation of a bank that the bank should not disclose any information to any third party. Just now, I want to explain about one thing, that I am explaining these topics, this all banker-customer relationship in very detail. Here, but in the notes, the information is limited. Here, whatever notes I have provided you in the Google Classroom, in that particular note, the contents are limited according to the examination point of view. But here I am explaining in detail. Why? Because my point of view is that if we are learning any topic, so it will be better to understood in the detail here. So it will be, of course, if we are going to learn any topic in detail, so it will be easy to you to understood that topic, and it will be easy to you to write your own here. So that's why I am explaining all the topics in very detail. And but in the notes, I have given you the notes according to the examination point of view. The next topic, that is the banker's obligation to maintain the secrecy of customer's account, or it is also known as the banker's duty of secrecy. Clear? Again, this is answered from the examination point of view. So here, what this rule says, what this obligation says, that the banker is under an obligation that not to disclose any information intentionally or by mistake regarding the accounts of the customer to the any third party. and also to take the necessary precautions that cash should be ensured no such information should be leaked out from any other sources about the account of the customer. Yeah, so this should be the you can say the duty of the banker. What I just say, I'm repeating again the meaning of banker's duty of secrecy. Just listen me carefully that the banker is under the legal obligation to not to disclose any information about the customer's account, whether it is intentionally or whether it is by mistake. If any information is released to third party about the account of the customer, then the banker is responsible for it. The precautions must be taken care by the banker that such information should not be leaked out from the account book also, not by the banker, but sometimes the account book may leak the information of the customer. So this is not done with the banking transaction, with the banking activity. Why? Because banking business, it is a very confidential business between the banker and customer. All the information about the, you can say the financial information about the customer is in the hand of the banker, and that information must be kept secret by the banker. So here the meaning is written for you that what do you mean by the banker's duty of secrecy? It is the bank's duty not to disclose to the third party any information about the customer. Whatever just I said, the same thing is written here. The banker should not disclose any information about the account of the customer to any third party. It should not be intentionally or it should not be by mistake even. Even the banker is released the information by mistake to third party, then also the banker is responsible for it. Any violation of the duty of secrecy can result in the bank being sued by the bank customer. If any information about the account of the customer is leaked by the banker, whether again I am repeating, whether it is intentionally or by mistake, if any information is leaked by the banker, then the customer can sue the banker in court. And for this violation of the duty of secrecy, the banker is responsible for it. Again, the same meaning is written so that you can understood the meaning in a better way about the banker's duty of secrecy, that it is one of the implied term. Why it is not implied term of contract? Why it is called implied term? It should not be need to be expressed on a paper or piece of paper. Here, if it is not expressed, even though the banker is under the obligation to maintain the secrecy of customers' accounts, the banker cannot escape from the duty to maintain the secrecy on the ground of basis that it is not written on the contract. It is an implied one. What do you mean by implied one? It is an understood one. The banker has to perform this duty whether it is written on contract or not. It is an implied term of the contract. Obliged to keep the affairs of the customer secret. Affairs of his customers. Here, affairs of the accounts. Here, the affairs means the transaction of the accounts. Here, the transaction of the account of the customer must be kept as a secret even after the account is closed. So here, this is one of the most important terms, that even the account of the customer is closed with the banker, even though the past records of the customer's account must be kept secret. This is not so if the customer has closed the account, then the banker is free to disclose any information to any third party. No, this is not so. The banker has to maintain the information of account of the customer even if it is closed, and extend after the customer's death. Even the customer of the bank is died. On that situation also, the customer cannot disclose the information to third party. Duty is a legal one. It is not merely a moral one. It is not the moral duty of the banker. It is a legal duty of the banker. I hope you know the meaning of the moral duty and legal duty. And breach of it would result in the damages. Here, if the banker is not able to maintain this duty of secrecy, then breach of it will result in the damages, whether it is nominal one or substantial one. But these damages, here whether it is nominal or substantial, this damages, for these damages the banker is responsible and the customer can sue him in a court. I hope it is clear. Banker's duty to maintain the secrecy of customer's account, even if the account is closed, even if the customer is died. It should not be intentionally, or it should not be by mistake. By any way, the banker should not disclose any information of the customer's account to any third party. You are having an account with the bank, so it is the duty of the banker that not to disclose any information of your account or the transaction of your account to the third party. But there are some situations that in that situation it is compulsory to disclose the information. Clear? It may be according to the law, it may be with the interest of public, it may be because of the interest of bank, clear. So there are certain situations. So we are going to discuss about that. That topic is known as the exception of the duty of secrecy. So first one is about that disclosure is under compulsion of law. Under sometimes it is according to the law, the bankers has to disclose the information of the account of the customers. Suppose someone by the civil court will be there or the criminal court will be there, a case is registered against the account or against the customers of the bank. In that situation, sometimes in the court appeal, they require the information of the customer's account. Clear? So in that situation, it is compulsory that if any information asked to the banker, then the banker has to disclose the information rightly. Here, the banker should not hide any information. There are so many examples of the acts are given. You can see on the screen that under the Income Tax Act 1961, suppose the person is not paying the income tax regularly and against that person an inquiry is made by the income tax department, then it is compulsory that the account information of that person must be disclosed by the banker rightfully, clear. Sometimes according to the Companies Act, if the person is a partner of any company, a state duty is the inquiry made about the estate of the person according to the RBA Act, Gift Act, Wealth Act and BRA Act. Yeah? These all are the examples of the act that under these types of act or if any you can say if any case is registered against the banker's customer, in that situation it is compulsory under the law, according to the law, that the banker has to disclose the information. That situation is known as that disclosure is known as the disclosure under compulsion of law. I hope it is clear. The second exception is about the where there is a duty to the public to disclose. Here sometimes it is there. It may happen that because of the interest of the public, that it is the you can say it is the duty of the banker to disclose. You are very familiar about the Nirav Modi case, here Vijay Mallya case and Kingfisher case. In all the cases, it is the duty of a banker to disclose the information about the account of the customer. Why? Because these are certain situations that the information of this situation must be given to the public. Clear? The banker cannot hide these types of situation from the public. They also, because of the interest of the public, it is compulsory to disclose these types of information. So in that situation, the disclosure is the duty of the bank to protect the interest of the general public. Then third situation is where the interest of the bank requires the disclosure. Sometimes to protect the interest of the banker, it is compulsory that the banker has to disclose the information. For an example, that you can take the example that suppose the banker wants to recover the amount of the loan from the guarantor. In that situation, what the banker has to do, the banker has to give the information about the loan taken by the customer to the guarantor. Then only the banker is able to recover the amount from the guarantor. If the banker is not disclosing the information about the loan to the guarantor, then how the banker can recover the amount? So just to protect the interest of the bank here, what is the interest in this example? The interest is to recover the loan amount here, where the person is not able to pay the amount. This topic we have discussed in the unit number 4, that is the chapter 4 guarantee, where the bank, where the debtor of the bank is not able to pay the amount, and the banker is having the right to recover the amount from the guarantor. But to recover the amount from the guarantor, the bank has to disclose the information about the loan account. If the banker is not disclosing the information of the loan account, then according to the technical ground, the banker is having no right to recover the amount from the guarantor. The guarantor may escape from the liability. So because of this types of situation, the banker has to disclose the information to protect the interest of the bank. The next is about the disclosure by express or the implied consent of the customer. Sometimes the consent is given by the customer. It may be expressed or it may be implied to disclose the information. In that situation, if the customer is ready to disclose the information, then of course the banker has to disclose the information, but it is advisable that the banker should get the writing consent from the customer. Clear? So in case of any situation arise of the in case of any situation arise, then the banker can prove banker can use that statement as a proof. The next is about the inquiry of the other banks. Sorry. Sometimes it is happened that then the inquiry made by other banks about the past loan taken by the customers. Here, that is very confidential between the two banks. If any information is asked by the second bank about the past record of the customer, so it is the duty of the banker to disclose the information. So these all are the certain situations where the disclosure is compulsory. So these all are the exception of the banker's rule of the banker's right of the maintain the secrecy of customers' account. I hope it is clear.